Squirrel Tribe 2.0, what is up, my dudes and dudettes? I've missed you all. I love you all. Let's just go ahead and start off there. I have my handy dandy mom mug warming up my coffee in the microwave. My friend and I from Magnolia Soap, we got to go out to lunch today, and we may have had literally a bucket of Bacardi. We had a couple drinks together and some fried pickles and some fried green tomatoes and some fried hush puppies and some French fries and some fried fish. So I guess you can say we didn't care a lick about being healthy today. So listen, I want to talk to you guys about something that I think is extremely important, and I want to explain what it is and why it's important. If you are men, you still need to listen because it affects you too, even though technically I doubt y'all do this or use this as often as girls do. But before we really get into that, I want to point out, I just realized I look like frickin' Pollyanna over here with these little braids. I had one big braid in the back earlier and I didn't like how it looked because that's my face without like hair around it, and I didn't like it, so I put it in two braids and I realized I look like Pollyanna. Although Haley Mills was frickin' adorable, I don't quite compare to Haley Mills, and it's fine, I'll allow it. Side note, I also realized that the protein holders I got back there look like I have two boobs on my counter. So fun times on this Friday afternoon / evening. Now, I've missed you all. I just need to say that I have missed you all. I miss being in the kitchen with the 45-minute long videos and just talking about whatever random stuff pops into my head or onto my computer screen or whatever else. I legitimately miss this. I can't do this on regular Squirrel Tribe anymore because YouTube doesn't like it. I need to explain to you why there is a 2.0, because some people have asked, hey, what happened to doing these on the main channel, which is where I'd started doing these in November, December. Let me explain what happened, and then we're going to get into this whole thing about why girls hate themselves, according to TikTok. So what happened was, when my channel first started, my original Squirrel Tribe first started, it was literally about preparing for survival. That was the name of the channel, because it was when the pandemic hit, C-19 kicked in, and I was as scared as everybody else was. And I wanted to show you guys what I could see in the stores, because I was willing and able to go out and see the things that a lot of people could not, would not, should not do. You know what I mean? Some people literally needed to stay home, stay away from everybody because they had immune issues, and going out was just a horrible idea. Some people didn't want to go out because they were scared and worried. Nothing wrong with that. And other people just didn't want to because they didn't want to deal with the population. Fully understandable. People suck sometimes. So I went out and tried to show you guys what I could see, whether it was at Costco, Sam's Club, Walmart, Publix, Kroger, whatever other stores I had in Georgia at the time, Dollar Tree. I'm pretty sure that was mostly it. Gas prices and things like that. And then over the summer, showing you what we saw in different states around the country, especially the West Coast where we went. But over time, I realized that I didn't want to do that anymore, not because I didn't want to help people, but because it was literally draining my soul, feeling scared all the time and worried all the time and on edge all the time with what I was seeing, what I was researching, the comments that were coming in from people. It was a lot. There were days where I would literally cry myself to sleep because some of the comments that came in were either heartbreaking for some people or just so incredibly mean and nasty towards me personally that I was like, I can't do this anymore and maintain my personal mental health. So I decided to switch gears on the main channel and move over to something a little more, in my opinion, lighthearted, even though we were still talking about safety at Publix, like people robbing people in the parking lot and how you need to keep your head on a swivel, and still talking about things that were happening around our country, but less in a, oh no, panic mode kind of way. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like I woke up just a hint over the last few months to see things a little differently than how they wanted us to see them. And I started to realize that I didn't want to be scared because they wanted me to be scared. If I was going to be scared, I needed there to be a legit, honest to good reason behind it. And from what I was seeing out and about and experiencing in my area, I didn't have that same fear that I had in the very, very beginning of the pandemic when I did not know what was going on and I was worried. So I switched gears and I went to these 45-minute long videos where y'all, we just talked about whatever I said popped into my head. And it was more like a friend chat, whether it was girl to girl, girl to guy, just group of people, didn't really matter. I love you guys and I like being able to just talk to you about whatever's happening in my life and the country and the world and my thoughts on stuff, right? These Pollyanna braids are really starting to like weird me out. Anyway, But YouTube was like, oh, boo-boo, we don't like that. So instead of, actually giving you views on your videos, we're just gonna not. And instead of sending you out there, we're just gonna hold you back here. And yes, this is what I do because I love it, because I love you guys, but it is a second, third, fourth stream of income for me. And I did need it to produce in a way, meaning I needed the views to come in. So I had to do what YouTube wanted from me, which was to talk about the things that are going on in the world a little bit more. And I'm perfectly okay with doing that because I have 2.0. I have you guys, so I can come over here and decompress from it all. I didn't have that in the beginning. So I would do all this stuff. I would do all this research. I would go look at all these things. I would read all these comments. I would talk to all these people, and it would just suck the life out of me. And I had no outlet for it because I didn't want to throw that on the man or on the kid or on my mom or anybody else or any friends. And I don't want to throw it on you guys either. So this 2.0 is a way for me to just talk about whatever the heck I want to talk about. And y'all, it's just lighthearted. It is fun. Hopefully there may be some serious topics in here every once in a while because you can't always be fun and lighthearted, right? But this is for us. This is for us, and YouTube can kiss my grits. I don't care what they want over here. It does not matter to me. We're going to talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about, and we're going to do whatever we want to do, and that's going to be that. So for those of you who are on both, thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. For those of you who are here only, I still love you and appreciate you. You know what I mean? So that's that. Now listen, I want to talk about this thing because I am extremely, guilty of this, I guess you could say. The title of this thing that popped up, next generation of TikTokers are rejecting toxic face altering filters in new viral trend. And I didn't even read the article. I just saw the word toxic face altering filters and I thought to myself, self, that was you for quite a while. I could not take a selfie. I'm going to say 2016 to probably last year. I could not take a selfie without a filter because I did not like what I saw. I did not like my face. I did not like my body. I did not like the things that I was seeing a lot of the times. And it's because I got so conditioned to these filters that Instagram was using, TikTok was using, even Facebook had filters for a while. You get so accustomed to these filters and looking just beautiful and flawless skin, and it narrows out your face so you don't have all this stuff happening and whatever else. You get so used to those that when those filters are gone, you feel ugly, you feel unattractive, you feel wrong. So you find yourself not wanting to be in the group photo or take a photo with your kid or your husband or your family or by yourself because you don't look like those filters looked and you don't feel like you look like society wants you to look. Because if society liked how you looked, we wouldn't have all those flipping filters to begin with. We wouldn't have those filters on these girls' phones at 16 and 14 and 13, where it tells them, hey, you're not pretty enough. Use this filter to give yourself wider eyes, like nicer eyes, better eyelashes, do better makeup, fuller lips, better cheekbones, slimmer nose, pointier chin, less neck, whatever you want to call it, smaller ears. The filters that are out there are flipping ridiculous. And they're not aiming them at men. I have yet to see a man's filter that gives a guy a chiseled jawline or gives him a better nose or better eyebrows or cheekbones or eyes or different eye colors. They're all aimed at women. Now there are man face filters, but they all look exactly the same. They're not altering your face. They're just putting some random dude's face on you and you're done. With women, they are literally changing your personal face. A filter on me will not look the same on my kid or my mom or, Susan over there. It's all going to look different, but it's all geared to make you look better, which then in turn should make you feel better. But all it does is really, really screw with your self-confidence and your self-esteem when you're not in filter mode. So you see a lot of girls who, when they post things on social media, you don't know what they look like in real life because these poor girls are using all these filters to try to get popular on Snapchat and TikTok and Instagram and whatever else, try to look pretty for their friends and the boys and whatever, knowing damn well they don't look like that in real life. And these things are wreaking havoc on girls' psyche. And I don't care how old you are. There's 50-year-old women out there using these because they don't like the crow's feet that have crept in. They don't like the lines that have crept in by their mouth. They don't like whatever this thing is right here and all these lines here. I don't like taking selfies with my phone. Samsung has it so that when you take a selfie, it immediately smooths you out and does all this stuff to it. It doesn't look like me. I hate taking selfies with my phone, which is why my thumbnails are always screenshots from inside my video. Because in my video, it doesn't do it. But when I take a picture, it doesn't look like me. It elongates my face. So I'm like, you know, like super like lean, skinny, whatever. Right now I have bronzer on to try to give myself a jawline. Y'all, this is makeup. I do not have, I got this. This is me. This is what I have. And so I use this bronzer stuff under there. So when you're far away, the shadow makes it look like, hey, look, we got a little jawline happening. No, boo-boo, is makeup. But a lot of people use the filters to make themselves feel better. I forgot where I started with this on the things. This is what happens. Please hold. I just drink some coffee. I'm sure that'll fix everything. They did not warm up nearly enough. Ugh. It'll be okay. I'll live. It'll be fine. It's lukewarm. Better than ice cold. Unless I wanted ice cold, then that would have been great. But the thing is, here's the thing. Filters need to go away. Plain and simple. Oh, we're talking about my camera on my phone. iPhone does it too. They have these filters that as soon as you take a picture, it does all these things, like it lightens your eyes and it like does all this stuff. And it's like, why? Why can't people just look how they look? People say, go look in a mirror. And people are like, no, my mirror doesn't have a filter. I'll just use my phone. Thank you. We are screwing with our own self-esteem, self-confidence, and all kinds of stuff because you get so used to liking what you see in your selfie mode phone that when you go look in your actual mirror, you're not as happy. So then you're back into your phone, which is the whole entire goal. They want you just focus here on your phone in these apps where you feel pretty and glamorous and can have Kylie Jenner lips and Kim Kardashian nose and Khloe Kardashian whatever, forgetting that none of these women look like that. Their doctors made them look like that. If you look back before they were famous, those look like regular ass girls. And now they look the way they look because they have paid for the injections, the lifts, the fillers, the takeouts, the pump-ins, the extra pump-ins. I'm pointing to my butt right now in case anybody's curious. The takeouts where they suck all the fat out their sides and whatever else. They're not real. They are not real women, yet that is what most girls want to be when they grow up, is a Kardashian. Y'all, if you just want a bunch of plastic in you, I mean, I could help you with that. It's a horrible idea, but I'm sure I could figure it out. Just poke a hole and there you go. Anyway, that's probably not a good idea. It's probably actually extremely, very unhealthy. So don't actually do that. But this says here, it's hard to imagine a time before we had filters, even before we could turn our heads into giant poop emojis or see what Disney character we most resemble. We could at least apply a basic Instagram filter to our photo and make a night out of it with friends and make ourselves look a whole lot cooler. But as one woman on TikTok points out, filter technology has come a long way in the past 5 or 6 years, and that hasn't necessarily been a good thing. So now you don't have to be a Photoshop wizard to alter basically anything on your body, from your nose to your hips and your feet. Anything you don't like can be gone or made smaller, slimmer, better in an instant with just a few clicks. And if you want to look hotter with minimal effort, some filters will even give you a face full of makeup and a glowing tan, which is true. Y'all, Photoshop was the first thing that came along where people were like, oh no. I need a better waist. I need a little heftier bust. I need a little bigger butt. I need smaller calves and a better whatever else. Photoshop is why I got off Instagram to begin with, because when I was working out, I was in the gym all the time and I still could not like how I looked, even though looking back on those pictures now, I'm like, damn girl. But then all I was doing was comparing myself to these other females on Instagram going, why can't I look like that? Why don't I look like that? And you know why I didn't look like that? Because I didn't Photoshop my shit. But half of these females are on there sucking in their waist and plumping up their lips and giving themselves a jawline thanks to Photoshop, not thanks to hard work and eating correctly and paying attention to what goes in their body and what their bodies are doing. It's because they're clicking from A to B and sucking it in or zooming it out or whatever else. Half the stuff you see on the internet is not real. And girls today don't realize that because right now they're being brought up to be as fake as possible. And that is heartbreaking. Hold on, we're running out of room to record, so we gotta fix this. Wait 1 second. Okay, so back to where we were. My bad, sorry about that. So you have girls out there who are gonna grow up with this weird, I wanna say self-esteem issue or confidence issue or self-love issue because they're so used to all these apps and things and they don't know what they actually look like on their own. They don't know how to just like what they see when they look in the mirror. They're so used to this. But the other problem is a lot of these younger girls have, this is gonna sound wrong and I'm fully aware of it. They have either sisters or mothers or aunts or other females in their lives who are also obsessed with the filters, with the Photoshop, with the how good can they look today, how many likes can they get on their Instagram post or their whatever else. And I think, and this is all based on looks, and that isn't helping anybody. It's definitely not helping society. Who gives a shit what you look like? Like, I'm out here looking like Pollyanna on YouTube. I mean, come on, y'all. What you look like does not matter, but we're teaching via apps, we're teaching our daughters that what you look like matters most, which in turn is teaching these boys that what a girl looks like matters most, not what she has in her brain or her heart or anything else, but what she has on her face and on her body. Like, I can't get behind that. My daughter is 13. She has Snapchat. And we do the filters every once in a while, but we don't do those face altering ones. We do the one where you open your mouth and the dog tongue pops out, or it's the stupid ones. We do the funny, goofy ones, not the other ones. She doesn't use Snapchat like that. She doesn't have TikTok like that. Like, she'll watch videos and she'll do her own makeup and stuff, but it's not one of those things where she sits on there and compares herself to other girls, because, and honestly, I don't know if it has to do with how you're brought up or who your friends are, or if it's all based on social media. Honestly, I'm not 100% positive because it's different for everybody. But she doesn't have anybody in her life telling her she needs to look different, or that there's anything wrong with her the way she is, or that she needs to look like these little stupid filters out there. She is flipping beautiful. Always has been, always will be. She could weigh 5 pounds, she could weigh 500 pounds. She's gonna be gorgeous. She could do her makeup or not do her makeup. Gorgeous. Fix her hair, not fix her hair. Guess what? Gorgeous. You know why? Because she has a good heart, because she's a good person, because she's smart. Who gives two shits what she looks like on the outside? None of that is important in the long run, in the scheme of things. People, I know this is totally off topic here, but this goes back to the whole racism thing. The disliking somebody because of their skin color has always been the most ignorant, stupid, just dumb thing in the history of dumb. Because if your eyes were closed, or you were only talking to somebody on the internet, or only talking to them on the phone, or only talking to them through pen and paper, you don't know what they look like. You don't know if they're, oh my God, you're so pretty, or if they're, oh my God, you're so ugly. You have no idea what they look like. You don't know if they're black, brown, purple, green, tan, yellow, what? You have no clue what they look like. You are learning this person and liking this person and falling in love with this person based off of the words that are in their brain that come out either, like I said, paper, text, or email, or however else you want to do this. Looks do not matter in the long run. Yes, it matters for physical attraction, but to me, that's like the last little bit of the picture. But anyway, back to this whole TikTok and filters thing. China owns TikTok. So I'm not a huge fan of TikTok to begin with. Facebook, I know a lot of us are like, ew, Facebook evil, but Facebook is at least based here. It doesn't feel as data mining as TikTok does to me. Maybe that's just me, but I'm not a huge fan of TikTok because I feel like it's being used against us. But it's a bunch of kids using it for entertainment purposes, but I feel like there's like a definite negative undertone to it that we really haven't figured out exactly what it's being used for, but I'm pretty sure we'll figure it out in time, and we're not going to be happy with what it is. But let's get back to this article real fast. So this says, what has all of these filters done to our collective psyche, especially teens who've literally grown up in a world where nothing is ever quite what it seems, which is what I've been saying. According to somebody, I can't say their name, there's no way these body-changing filters have had a positive effect, and that's really disheartening. According to the Newport Institute, it seems only natural to want to fix certain insecurities we may have about ourselves. But as research has shown, filtering photos and videos can actually lower a person's self-esteem and distort their body image. Like I said, the further our filtered selfies get away from how we really look, the worse we feel about ourselves. And while it's slowly becoming more accepted to talk about not being okay on social media, we're still supposed to look good while talking about not being okay. But maybe, just maybe, the tides are finally turning. A new TikTok trend has emerged to show just how much these filters lie about what we look like and just how toxic that really is. So let me see if I can show you this thing. So can you guys see this here? So part of her is filtered, I think, or the whole thing is. So there's her regular face. That girl was gorgeous without the filter. And then you put the filter on, it doesn't even look like her. And that's the problem. Y'all, I don't wear makeup for a reason. Like my little shiny oil disco ball looking self with all my little wrinkles and gray hair and acne, whatever. This is my face, y'all. I used to spend a bunch of time trying to put on, cake on the foundation and do all the makeup and the eyeshadow and the eyeliner and the lip liner and the lipstick and whatever else. And I looked good. I mean, I looked great, but the thing is, it took a lot of time to do. And it was never really good. I'm definitely not like a makeup artist. You'd never want to hire me for that. I'd make you look like a little baby clown. But it never looked bad. But once it was all done, it looked good and I would feel really confident, like I'd feel really good. But then when I had to take it off, I was like, oh, back to this face. And it would mess with me because I felt like, oh, you only look good with this makeup, so you need to always wear this makeup. And then that became well, oh no, I can't leave the house. I don't have anything on. Oh no, what will people think? What will blah, blah, blah. And it got to be so much that I was like, I'm not doing this shit anymore. That's just, I'm messing with my own head over here. So just stop it. So here we go, boo-boo. This is my face. This is what you get. This is all you get. Love it, because I'm not giving you anything else. If you see me with eyeshadow, somebody put it on me, maybe the kid, because I'm not going to do it to myself. But that's the thing. A lot of us are in a stage in our lives as you get older where you're like, hey, I don't know. I'm tired of trying to keep up with the Joneses with how I look. I can't compete with a 20-year-old. I don't want to compete with a 20-year-old. Let the 20-year-old have her limelight, her spotlight, her whatever else. You do you, boo. I'm going to sit over here with my little old ass face, drinking my little cold ass coffee, talking to you guys and be perfectly happy with it. So that's where we are in life. Even colder now. That's lovely. That's great. I don't know if guys have this same issue. If guys wish they could just filter their faces and look a different way. I'm sure they do. I'm sure guys have the exact same mental thoughts that women have. I think just guys hold it in more because they're expected to be stronger and, man up and not talk about it. But I think men should be able to talk about stuff like this more often as well. I think that there should be an open forum for women and men to talk about how they truly feel about societal pressures and personal pressures that we put on ourselves. I think it'd be a much better society if we were all honest about how we feel about certain things, as opposed to trying to just hide it or grin and bear it so other people don't worry or don't feel some type of way or whatever else. I've decided that when I have an issue, you're going to know I have an issue. I tell everybody now. I'm not holding anything in anymore because all that did was stress me the hell out, and I don't want to do that anymore. So if anybody ever has issues and you want to talk, y'all, this is the place to do it. You can either do it in the comments, you can email me, whatever else, but this is the place to be you, boo. Do you, boo. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is it. So, and there's other people out there, I'm sure, that feel the same way, that you could go talk to. But I'm always an open ear if you guys need it. So that's it. I'm going to warm up this coffee. Again, it's probably the third time. I have another video going up on regular Squirrel Tribe right now, which it's an interesting video, just in case you guys are curious. I love you all immensely. 2.0. Like, y'all are my, fam. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're here, it's because you were over there and you wanted this over here. So I love y'all immensely, immensely. Y'all are my people. 2.0 is my people. Regular Squirrel Tribe, still my people. But y'all, we're here. Yeah, I love y'all. Y'all are the best. I hope you have a fabulous Friday night, my dudes. And I will see you again in theory tomorrow, but I don't want to promise anything because I'm not quite sure because it's the weekend. It's a freaking weekend. You know what I'm saying? And I got dog training tomorrow and then other stuff. So hopefully by Monday, I'll see y'all again. If not, just remember Saturday and Sunday. I love you. Okay, bye.